Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading. This reading is going to be for anyone with Gemini placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or Chiron. Gemini, this is going to be a love reading. It's a you and them spread. We're going to look into your person of interest specifically. So this is already somebody that you know, somebody that you have in mind. So on your side, you have talisman, good fortune, and safe travels, and home. So you may be hoping to see this person. You may be hoping to go visit this person soon. On their side, there's jealousy, earth energy, and courage. Maybe dealing with somebody who's been keeping an eye on you, Gemini, from afar, but hasn't quite built up the courage to tell you anything. So they may have seen that you're either dating other people or that you might be just going out and exploring other options. If that's the case, they're definitely aware and vigilant. This one flipped as well. And then growth. Okay, so if you've been with this person before, or if you've known them from some time ago, they have done a lot of growing. Spiritually, they have evolved since you guys last connected. At the bottom, we have death. Okay, so for some of you, this could be somebody that you dated in the past, had some kind of romantic connection with in the past, and things ended. So you're no longer with this person. You guys are currently in separation. So if you're entering this reading and you're already dating someone and just wondering how they feel about you, this is not going to be for you. This is a reading for those of you who have somebody in mind, specifically who you've already met. And it looks like who you've already dated and broken up with. Okay, so this is someone who you've already dated at some point. So on your side, you get courage as well. Okay, you get grief and you get worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Okay, so this ending with this person was definitely painful for you. It took a lot of courage to walk away. It took a lot of courage to get through the grief that it caused you, Gemini. But at the end of the day, I do get here that you did accept this ending. Let's see what's going on for your person. Yep, inner power, inner strength, growth. Okay, so this person has done a lot of growing, a lot of evolving spiritually since you guys last connected. We have trust. If this person had trust issues, they have been working on that. They've been working up their courage as well. Their ability to be brave, which means in relationships, their ability to open up and be vulnerable. They've been working on that. Got a bunch again. Okay, humility. This person is taking responsibility and reassessing the part they played in this breakup, in this separation. They're taking ownership for the fact that they detached from the connection, that they didn't allow themselves to feel everything they should have felt for you in return. It says here, you finally feel whole inside with or without the fulfillment of a particular desire. Ironically, that's often when it's fulfilled. Okay, so this person, ironically, they loved and cared about you. They were afraid to trust you. They were afraid to trust you with their heart, with their emotions, but upon separation from you is when they realized and did all this growing, and they self-reflected and realized that they didn't have the courage the first time around to show up for you in a vulnerable, open manner. And that probably contributed to this ending, to this separation. Here we have surrender. So this person is accepting of where they are. They're accepting of the role they played in this ending. They realize that at this time you guys are not together, but that doesn't mean they don't feel the sting of jealousy when they see you with someone else. And then we have here divine flow and sanctity. So eventually one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the divine flow at all costs. Okay, so there's something happening around this person at this time where you keep popping up in their head, where they're focused on, just their personal growth, on making themselves a better person. And as this process is happening and they're spiritually ascending, you keep popping up. It's like things keep reminding this person of you. And then with sanctity, it says, through offering, even the most mundane problem can become a sacrament. So they may be wanting at this time to offer you an apology or an explanation simply because of their ascension process, simply because they're just now realizing how they messed up, what they did to hurt you. And even if at the end of the day, you don't end up coming back into a connection with this person, I do feel here that they're wanting to just own up to the role that they played in how things turned out. And this person thinks of you as a very good person, and I think they just feel that you deserve an explanation, and they may just reach out to give you that explanation to be at peace within themselves throughout this ascension process. So whether or not the intention is to reconcile, or whether or not they believe you're already with someone else and have moved on, they may still reach out just for the sake of explaining and providing you with some closure or clarity. Okay, I saw gratitude try to pop out earlier, and there's earth energy here again. So you've had earth energy and you've had fire energy. Could be dealing here with a Capricorn, with a Taurus. You could also be dealing with a Leo or an Aries. Based on the cards I'm seeing, it doesn't have to be those signs, but that's what came through so far. Okay. You get distraction and gratitude on your side. So you've been distracting yourself, Gemini, with, making sure that your home is in order, building stability in your life. You've been really focusing your energy on building a strong foundation in your home, building a strong foundation in your community, building stronger relationships within your close friendships and family. That's what you've been focused on at this time since you guys ended things. Oh my. Okay, at the bottom we have dynamism. I believe your healing process was very dynamic. Each of you deal with pain differently, and this was a big love for you, Gemini. This was an exciting love for you. This was, in some ways, like your person. You felt that this was your person, that you guys would be together for a very long time, and it very much confused you when things didn't work out, very much confused you when things fell apart. So you you took a very unique path to healing after this connection broke off. These two came out, but in reverse. In the past, a connection this strong, a connection this amazing, you would have felt like chasing after, you would have felt like fighting for. But in this case, it was so disappointing to you that this person didn't try harder, didn't fight harder, didn't put in the effort, that you just let it go. You didn't chase. You just said, okay, well, if you don't see what I see, then there's no point in me trying to explain it, right? Because you felt something so intense, so genuine for this person. You felt a connection at a soul level that was just profound. And you couldn't believe when this person kind of expressed that they were going to need some time, that they were going to need to end things for whatever the reason. You felt like they just didn't give it the attention, the priority that it deserved. And you didn't feel that that's something you could explain, because just by the act of them giving up on it so easily, it made you feel like they couldn't possibly be on the same level of emotional connection that you were. And in some ways you were correct, not because this person didn't care for you, Gemini, but because they weren't spiritually ascended to the point where they could receive that type of intensity, that type of profound love that you did have the ability to sense and to attract and receive. Here we have compassion for your person. This is someone who has been through a lot of pain and suffering in their lifetime. They have a lot of trauma. It sits with them. It sits with them very heavily all the time. It really weighs on their mind. It is something that is constant and persistent. This is somebody who definitely went through a lot of trauma, and they're fragile. Their emotional state is fragile. Their mental state is fragile. So they protect themselves by isolating sometimes. They protect themselves by staying away from people, by protecting their peace, by avoiding things that are complicated, things that are too emotional, that make them feel vulnerable. Okay, and then we get vows here. This person is ready to make a sacrifice. They're ready to make a promise of some kind. They're ready to face their fears, at least for you, Gemini. They realize that life is not really worth living if you're always just hiding from the pain, because then you can't also feel the love. It's almost like they've come to this place where they've realized that in order to truly love and be loved, they have to be able to risk that pain, that emotional pain. They have to be able to risk their heart being in the hands of another person. They thought that they could try to get away from doing that and still have a connection for some reason, but they've come to realize that to be with you, they're gonna have to be vulnerable. And they definitely valued the time that you spent with them. They definitely valued the emotional connection that you guys built, even if you felt like on their end it was dull or it wasn't well received. Trust me, they felt it. They felt it very much. They just tried to run from it. They tried to stifle it down. They tried to avoid it. But the sparks were there, the fireworks were there. This is somebody who is now in a place where they're thinking about sacrificing that fear, pushing past it, building the courage to be able to have a divinely guided union. And then we get generosity again. I think we got gratitude on your side and then generosity. Okay? You both learned important lessons through this connection. I do get here that you both feel grateful and fortunate to have met one another. Yeah, you both uplifted one another, you motivated each other. I believe you uplifted this person and they grounded you, Gemini. So you were very uplifting and motivational to this person, and they grounded you. That's why we keep getting earth and fire energy here. Okay? Together you're stronger. This person takes you out of your comfort zone, makes you feel stronger, gives you courage, encourages you. This person helps you get out of your head and your mind and put your feet firmly on the ground, take your ideas and turn them into action. And you do the opposite for them. You help this person, come out of just dealing with the everyday physical world and actually elevate them to levels where they can be more creative, they can be more thoughtful, they can dream, they can explore, they can imagine. You bring them out of their shell of the everyday mundane life. You make them feel free, you make them feel expansive. And so in a way, you guys balance each other across those qualities. Okay, all that glitters is not gold. To the sea. And go the distance. Yep, this just reiterates for me that you thought this would go the distance, and then something happened to kind of disappoint you and pull the rug from underneath you. It's almost like thinking you have a piece of gold and then realizing it's fool's gold instead. So you're going to be a bit skeptical about this connection because of how things went the last time. But you do have a message coming in. You do have a message coming in. This person has been thinking of you. This person has been thinking about reaching you. They're at a distance from you at this time. But they are heavily thinking about you at this time. Okay. The bottom we have chop wood. So again, this is somebody who distracts themselves through a lot of manual work and everyday tasks. This is somebody who tries to get you out of their head, but right now you're heavily on this person's mind. They think about you, especially at night. And this is somebody who may live near a place where they can see the stars. I do get a lot of nighttime energy, like this person may go outside and look up at the sky, look up at the stars and think about you and reminisce on the times that you spent together and the happiness that they felt before things broke off. Or I should say before they walked away from this connection. Because I do feel that even if the decision was mutual, you would have fixed things, you would have stayed, but only if this person had put in the effort and they were so quick to walk away. They were so quick to run for that door. But look at this, soulmate and loyal heart. They know that you're their person. Like they feel that deeply in their bones now, just like you did. Just like you one time did. And now they're kicking themselves. They realized they were too hasty in their departure from this connection. They realize now that they let their fear get the best of them. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this person reaches out, but I haven't seen, like so far they're just thinking of reaching out. They haven't made any moves. They haven't confirmed anything. So we're going to jump into the detail of the tarot to see what their next moves are. Stay tuned for your bonus reading and drop a like if you'd like to come back for more details. That is all that I have for you, and I will catch you on the next one. Take care.